Hi, I'm Stavros. Good morning and welcome. And this week what I have for you is a rigid truck. This is the MAN TGM 18.250. So I'm looking forward to showing you all around the exterior of this truck. Then we'll hop inside and go down through all the interior features. I'll also show you inside the rear body and go down through the tail lift features. And then we'll be taking it out on the road for a test drive. You ready for this? Let's go. Okay, let's check out the exterior design then of this TGM. This particular example is pretty basic. There are no frills or extras fitted to this. We just have the wind deflector kit fitted to the roof of the cab. It should be set a bit higher to aid aerodynamics against the body, but that's how it's fitted to this example. And we have the sun visor there above the windscreen. But yeah, we do have the maneuvering lights as well. So at night when you're doing your slow maneuvers, these lights will come on automatically and shine light at either side of the truck, depending what way you're turning your wheel. So I like that. And in behind here we have the emergency brake assist system, and we have the lane guard system up on the windscreen, as MAN call it. So your lane departure warning on your MAN. So I'm just going to pull open the grille. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we have our coolant bottle there, and we have an air outlet here. So some drivers would have an air hose. They would connect it here and top up their tire pressures if their tire pressures were running low. So that's good. And you can top up your oil. And in behind the number plate, that is your tow hook. So that's good. Access that nice and easy. So drop down that grille. And I'll just show you this mirror as well. This is very well mounted and very well designed, because it not only allows you to see all this corner area, but all around the front of the truck as well. So that's a very nicely designed blind spot mirror. And this is how it should be done on all the MANs. Now on the tractor unit, you'll have a one piece plastic mounting here for your two mirrors. But this, it's done better here, because we have two separate pieces and you can look in between them. And then the mirror arm is set away from the pillar. So on the tractor units, it's set back and you have this big blind spot on the interior. But this one, look, you've got a proper gap. You can look through and look in between your mirrors there. So yeah, I've no idea why on the tractor unit they seem to get it wrong. But here on the rigid, it's done correctly. So maybe it has something to do with the width of the cab. But I don't know. On the tractor units, it's just, it needs to be set back a bit, just like on this particular model. But that's just my opinion. Well, anyway, we TGM model, so 18-ton gross, that's all you're allowed. And we have 250 metric horsepower, so it's 250 PS, which is nearly 247 mechanical horsepower on this TGM. So we have a nice silver trim piece here. It's missing a armrest there. I don't know why, but that's gone. And your door card, store a bottle in there. I already have the locker opened here. Let's just give you a look. So good space in them, and there's one of equal size on the driver's side. So that's good, and let's just close that door. Okay, we have the nut pointers as well, so you can keep an eye on them. And let's just have a look at the body, the way that it's mounted on the chassis. So we have our wheel chock, but check out those little coil springs on the body, the way that it's mounted onto the chassis. So we have two of them there, look, up towards the front of the body, and then further down then we have different mounting points. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly why it's designed like that, but I'm not an engineer, so I can't answer you. But I'd imagine it has something to do with vibration over the life of this truck. It would be vibrating a lot on Irish roads anyway. And there at the back, you see the way it's mounted with these plates. So yeah, kind of different mounting points for different areas of the body on the chassis. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. If any of you are engineers, you might appreciate that. But yeah, we have our rear air suspension, and you can rise and lower that with the remote control in the dashboard, or mounted beside the seat, as I should say. And yeah, we have a 28-foot long body, and it's 9 foot 7 inches. The height of the body. So yeah, these clips, I really like these. These are so easy to use. These should be on all the trucks, really. I really like them. Now, you'll see there beside we have the TGL. I done a video on that about 1.5 years ago, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if you're in the market for a smaller truck. So we have a small little 10-ton gross there and just under 180 horsepower. But yeah, I'm just going to show you the tail lift here on the TGM. So we can drop it down here and we can slide it out. Oh, I'm sliding it in, wrong one. Slide it out. Yeah, these are really quick and easy to use. And I'm just going to drop it down a bit more. And let me just pull it out to you there. Give you a look. So, yeah. So you would get 2 full pallets, 120 by 100 on that tail lift, no problem. And we do have these little kick plates here. You would knock them up, so if you have trolleys or whatever, they would knock against there. One of the guys heading the way there. But yeah, you would knock them up to hold in your trolleys. But yeah, I really like a good wide tail lift on these rigids. That's very good. So let's just slide that back up and let's just tidy it back in and bring it back. Ah! There we go. Okay, get it the whole way in and get it up. Yeah, there you have it. I really like this design so much more than the ones that block the back door. You know, the ones that fold out and cover the door. I really don't like them because when you're backing up to ramps, you're folding them down and the driver's in and out of the cab because he doesn't want to damage the tail lift hitting the ramp. These ones, in out of the way, no problem. That's just, they're the ones I prefer. But yeah, so let's just open the body and give you a quick look inside. So we have the remote control there. So you can use that remote control when you're standing on your tail lift. And the clearance on the inside is 8 foot 4 inches. So there on the roof as well, we have those sliding bungee design straps. Let me just zoom into one of them there. There you have it. They're a good feature to have for strapping down your loads. You would hang the straps down and then just tie them down, and then you can slide them up and down out of the way. So nicely done on the design. So we just have those straps there on the door just for tying it around when you're keeping it open. So let's just walk around and give you a look at the driver's side. So yeah, the red curtains are pretty easy enough to keep clean as well. White curtains are just a disaster in my opinion. Just stay away from white curtain siders. They're just impossible to keep clean. Anyway, we have 2 300-litre diesel tanks and we have our exhaust after treatment system. So this truck is fitted with EGR, your exhaust gas recirculation valve. And yeah, you can do a regen on your diesel particulate filter, of course. And we have a 30-litre AdBlue tank. So yeah, the body is mounted nice and close to the cab, so maximizing the amount of body that you have on this TGM. Okay, let's just I'll just show you quickly here while I have it opened. That is the locker on the driver's side. So plenty of straps there inside. Let's just open the door and give you a look. Now we don't have any remote locking on this. That is your key. So you can get models with remote locking if you wish. And we have the remote there for the back axle for rising and lowering that. Exactly the same one as you'll see in some of the older Scanias as well. And we have our air suspended driver's seat. So nice and comfortable. There is no lumbar support on it though. No lumbar support. Okay, let's just hop into the cab. Now I just want to give this company a quick mention because they were very good in sending over all these air freshener products from the UK. So it's a company called Opal. So we'll go down through some of the products. So they are importers and distributors to the UK and Europe of quality air freshener and car care products, okay? So let me just show you there. We have the very nice car scent here, the cherry model. Oh, I really like this one. And they're all very nice, guys. So this one here, we have the that connects into your air vents. So I just have one there, just stuck into the air vent as an example. And this one here, the scent bomb. This one is a really high concentrated smell on this one. Really nice and really long lasting. So you could spray it on your mat there and have your truck smelling very nice for a very long time. And here we have the air freshener and sanitizer. Look at this one, the black code. Really powerful, this one. If anyone drops one in the passenger seat, look, bam, bam, and the smell is gone. Yeah, so well done. Opel, well, I think were very nice to send them over to me. So that's their website up on the screen. So check them out, Opel products. Okay, so I'm just going to open up the cooler box here. Decent enough size in that. That's not a fridge, it's just a cooler box. And we have a warning triangle on your high-vis vest, your first aid kit. And I really like this lamp as well. So your breakdown lamp, so you can sit it on the road. And yeah, it's a flashing amber light. So that's a very good thing to have. That should be fitted in all the trucks, I think, as a feature. So I'm just going to move this little latch here, and I can fold down the bed. Little safety bar as well. Stop you rolling out of the bed. But that's really robust as well. Nice and strong. But yeah, it's pretty firm enough. I mean, all these trucks that have beds in them, you should really get mattress toppers anyway, because okay, you'd probably be paying extra if you want a nice comfortable mattress. And we have the rear reading lamp there, and just a little hook up there, so pretty basic enough. And I really like the sunroof in these. It's so easy to use. Watch this, look. One hand, look. You can nearly do it with one finger. Yeah, so that's a nice piece of design. We have all storage up here and your tachograph. So yeah, let's move down to the dashboard. Now, this is your 12-speed automated gearbox, neutral, reverse maneuver, drive, and your drive maneuver mode. And we also have 2 electric window functions here, so you can operate them from lying in the bed. I like that. We don't have any night heater in this example. Now we do have a nice silver strip there along the dashboard, but yeah, we'll probably see a big update to the MANs coming soon. But yeah, this design is getting a bit on the tired side, dated side. But there you have it. That's just what I think. And we can move this little cup holder over there as well. So that's good. This plastic piece here, there's nothing in behind it, so it's kind of wasted space, I think. But 2 ashtrays there and your little cigarette lighter. And we've all the functions there for our climate control. And underneath, let's go down through these switches. We can turn on and off the rear body light from inside in the cab. And look at this, we have the MAN brake-matic system. So you would switch that to auto, and then every time you press your brake pedal, the engine brake comes on automatically with it. So that's nice to have. And then our hill start aid function, your easy start as MAN call it. It's a sort of a must-have feature if you have an automated gearbox. And our emergency brake assist, our lane departure warning, so it emits a warning from the speakers if it senses you're going off your lane. Then we have our anti-slip regulation switch and our electronic stability program switch here, and your differential lock. So your electronic stability program, I mean, what this is, it just helps the driver by automatically braking and reducing the engine torque. For example, during sudden swerving maneuvers or excessive speed when cornering, your ESP kicks in. And your anti-slip regulation switch, you would use this, it just increases the slip threshold on the back axle. So you would use it in like bad road conditions, slippery conditions or gravel roads. You would use your ASR, your anti-slip regulation switch. So yeah, I just thought I'd explain that to you a bit more in detail. And there we have the tail lift switches. So yeah, moving up here we have our your diesel particulate regeneration switches. So you can do a regen there. And we also have the light test switch for testing all your exterior lights. Let's move on to the dashboard. I'm just going to start it up. Let's give it a couple of revs. I like the MAN sign on the screen there. Okay. Okay, your 6.9 litre diesel engine. Okay, and there on the screen there, it'll tell us what gear we're in and our tacho brakes and driving time, and also our cruise control, which is all featured here on the steering wheel. And we have our phone functions here, and going up and down your volume on your stereo. So yeah, the screen, pretty simple enough layout. We just have the speedometer here, 2 air pressure gauges, and our rev counter, engine temperature, and this gauge doubles up for not only the fuel but also your AdBlue. So if I zoom in there, look, watch. So if I switch this, it shows the AdBlue. Switch it back again and it shows the fuel. So it has a dual purpose, that gauge. So nicely done. And you see this screen here, this is the very same one as you'll find in a previous generation Scania. So yeah, so of course Scania and MAN, they're owned by Volkswagen, so they would be sharing components anyway. But there you can connect up your phone, and some of these would have satellite navigation on them also, but it's not featured in this truck. And a little storage area there for your sunglasses. And over here we have your exterior lights, and we can also adjust the headlight beam here as well from that switch. Let's just close the door there. All our electric windows, they are all one touch up and down. So yeah, that is pretty much the interior of the TGM. Okay, let's set off on the drive. So I've just driven down the road a bit just to give it a quick go and see what it's like. But yeah, we'll just set off here. And oh yeah, I just want to tell you about the CPC course I done yesterday. So this is module 1.3. So yeah, I already have 2 CPC cards done. So that was my 11th one that I done yesterday. So you know how it goes, you got to do 1 day a year, 7 hours on those days. And yeah, after 5 years, you get your CPC card. So your driver certificate of professional competence. Just in case none of you knew, but all you new drivers will know all about this in the future, because I've done enough of them. But anyway, we will set off and give you my views on the rigid truck. So just turn left at this roundabout and head out onto the dual carriageway. But one thing I do notice about the gearbox is that it is a bit slow to change up. It's a bit slow, this gearbox, so they could definitely do with improving that. You know, like, come on, get up through the gears. But a lot of you new drivers, you will be driving this size of truck when you set off on your driving career. This is what you will be starting off with, a rigid around this size, doing all those deliveries around towns and cities. But yeah, I served my time doing the rigids, 9 years driving rigids, and I've been driving articulated trucks ever since. So yeah, we'll just go out onto the dual carriageway, so I can use my exhaust brake to slow down also, and I can also knock down the column stock here to the right of the steering wheel. I can knock it down to go down a gear, or knock it up and go up a gear. Now the engine will also turn itself off after around 5 minutes of idling, so that's good to save fuel. And you'll notice there on the rev range, see the rev counter there, we have 3 lights that are lit up more so than the rest of the green lights. So that would be your optimum range for saving fuel. So your most fuel efficient rev range there. So that would be coming in around 1300 RPM up to 1600 RPM in the rev range. So yeah, you're better off changing up gear within that range if you can manage it, to try and save on fuel. Now obviously if you've got a lot of weight on, you're going to be revving a bit beyond that, especially if you're going uphill. But I mean, 250 horsepower should be plenty of power for a rigid this size. 18 ton gross with this 2-axle 4x2. Now of course, if you get a 3-axle rigid, you could be grossing around 26 ton. So yeah, you can think about that when you're purchasing your rigid truck. How much weight do you need to carry? Now, or even do you need a bed? You know, a lot of people driving rigids, they don't even need beds. which is why you see an awful lot of day cab trucks. Now, if you did get this truck in day cab configuration, you'd save yourself 170 kilos in weight. So yeah, you might want to think about that as well, to shave off on your overall weight of your truck. So yeah, we have our cruise control, and we can set that to 80 kilometers if we wish. We also have a speed limiter. We can set that as well, so we can knock it down and set our speed. We'll set it there to 80 kilometers. If this guy in the Lexus would ever speed up coming off the slip road. But anyway, yeah, so we're revving in there at around 1350 RPM. So it's relatively low for the 6.9 litre straight 6-cylinder diesel engine. And we have around 1750 Newton meters of torque. So yeah, it's not hugely powerful, but for what it is, pulling this kind of weight, it's absolutely fine. I mean, the rigids I was driving were a lot less powerful than this, but the rigids can be quite comfortable. This one is riding on air right at the rear suspension, and the front suspension is on leaf springs. So yeah, there wouldn't be a whole lot of people driving around in rigids with an air ride front suspension, because most of the fleet operators, they just won't spend that money on an air ride front suspension. But you can ask your boss and see what he says. But yeah, there, yeah, I'm just coming up to a bit of a downhill section here off this slip road. I'm going to use my exhaust brake to slow down, approaching the roundabout at the end of this hill. And now the exhaust brake won't work at speeds below 850 RPM in the rev range. It will just shut itself off because the engine might end up stalling. So let me just knock down a gear here, and we'll just go nice and easy up to the roundabout. So we also have the auto function for the Brakematic system with the MAN. So when you press your brake pedal, the exhaust brake, your engine brake will come on automatically. So yeah, into 5th gear, no problem, pulling away. We're not pulling any load, we've only fresh air in the rear, so quite an easy test for this. But a rigid this size, you should expect to get around 11 miles per gallon on normal groupage work, say. That is what you should expect from a rigid, 10.5 to 11 miles per gallon, maybe more, depending what way it's driven. But we're just going to make our way back up the hill here now and head back to base. So 7th gear into 9th. You see, sometimes when you're coming off a roundabout and you head straight up into a hill, if I was pulling a heavy load just there, I'd have had to have knocked it down a gear myself. So we're coming up to another roundabout here. It's on a bit of a hill, so I'm just going to let it roll up. I won't even use my brake pedal here now. We'll see how far up to the roundabout we can get. Yeah, of course, no, I'm just going to press the brake pedal now, but if I was carrying a heavier weight, I would have rolled up even faster just there. But yeah, she's down into 4th gear. You see, she was a bit slow there to drop down from 9th into 4th. Just a little bit slow there. But sometimes with these gearboxes, you know, coming into roundabouts, you're better off knocking down that column stock yourself and getting the appropriate gear. Because sometimes when you roll into the roundabout, I'm in the wrong gear and there's not enough big of a gap, and come on, you know. So yeah, that's just the case with some of these gearboxes. They just need to change down and up gear faster. But yeah, I'm just gonna make it back to base and sum up today's video. So that brings us to the end of our test drive in the TGM 18.250. So I'm just going to hoot the horn. No air horn in this. So let's just knock it off and hop outside. But yeah, I quite enjoyed the drive. I mean, the only real gripe I would have with it is that it just doesn't change gear fast enough. I would prefer a faster changing gearbox, but still comfortable. Yeah, and this particular example is 204,000 kilometers and it's from 2016. So if you want any more information on the MAN commercial truck range, contact Dennehy Commercials in Limerick. That's where this one came from. But if you don't want a truck as big as that, that's 28 foot long, maybe go for something small like this. This is just over 16 foot long. This is the TGL 10180, so almost 180 horsepower in this small little TGL. The 10-ton gross is what you're allowed to carry in them. But yeah, did you like the Rigid, guys? Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will chat to you all again next weekend for another video. So until then, take care and thanks for watching. Cheers! Features, and then I won't be hooking it up. And what I have for you this week, guys, is MAN, the TGM 18 with twin. This is the MAN